This past week in Lubbock and surrounding areas, what has that done to our vegetable crops?
Well, we needed the rain. We'll take any given amount of rain. The hail has been spotty, but has done some extensive damage, particularly south of the Lubbock area. The thing that we have got to look out for, though, now, because the cloudy weather has hung on and we've had rains at night, it predisposes the vegetables to disease, fungus disease, and so we've got to take steps to protect the plants, particularly the tomatoes, from early blight. We've got some early blight started here. It's difficult to see these symptoms, but they start as little what we call target spots on the leaves, and they will be on the lower leaves that have started to senesce. They're getting old. They'll be on the lower part of the plant.
Because they're close to the ground, because those leaves are close to all that moisture?
That's right. They're close to the ground. They're covered by the canopy of the plant, and they're also the older leaves, and those are more susceptible to the infection by the early blight fungus. So it means that we have to apply a spray, a fungicide, a zinc or manganese fungicide that will protect the rest of the plant from early blight and stop this before it spreads.
How do you find that fungicide? What do you look for when you go to buy
the label?
Spray?
The label would be the best source of information. It would be a fungicide that is recommended for the control of the early blight of potatoes and tomatoes. Would be good to use in this case. We have also, even though we've had a lot of cool weather, we've got these tomatoes ripening, and we might mention that the patio hybrid has started to bear ripe fruit now. And this is, well, I think this is the 6th fruit that we've harvested. We're taking them just when they start to turn color at the tip of the fruit. That is the way to harvest when you're worried about the weather. If you think there's going to be a hail, and we've had some hail around, get the various fruits off the plants even before they turn fully ripe.
At this stage, is that tomato as large as it's going to get?
Yes, it's as large as it's going to get, and the quality will be the same whether you harvest it, let it stay on there until it is red ripe, or harvest it when it's just starting to turn orange at the tip.
So then what do you do with the tomatoes after you harvest them before they're ripe?
We take them inside, simply put them on the countertop and watch them ripen.
Do they need to be in sunlight at all?
No, they do not. It's a matter of temperature. They will ripen best at about 70 to 75 degrees, which is about what our houses are inside.
Are any of our other tomato varieties producing fruit yet?
Just the early girl. We have some on the sunripe over there, 1 or 2, and this week the first fruits on small fry and presto will be ready to pick.
In the background we have snow peas, which I have recently discovered are quite a delicacy.
Yes.
You planted a lot of snow peas. Why?
Well,
I mean, they go from all the length of our garden almost.
It was the vegetable that would grow early while it was cold, and to make good use of otherwise wasted space, we grew them up on the trellis early.
Yeah. Are they ready for harvest?
Yes. They don't look as though they're ready. One would think that, for instance, a pea of that size would not be ready. You see the little seeds, the little peas, are just starting to form in there. But that's the prime stage to harvest the snow pea or edible potted pea.
What do you do with these? How do you
Well, they're used in Oriental foods. You can, I forget that, what is that process? Like you simmer them in oil?
A stir-fry cookery?
Stir-fry, yes, that's it. And
you don't break that pot open?
No, no, you just eat the thing as it is, whole. We like to just steam them, steam crisp, and then with a little butter, and that's it.
I recently saw those in the supermarket for $2.99 a pound.
Yes.
Why would they be so expensive?
Well, you can imagine if you're going to harvest a bushel of those, it takes several thousand of them to make a bushel. They're very, they have to be picked about every other day when they're right at this stage. They're from a little tiny pea just out of the blossom. I was just going to see if I could find one here that's just about right. Anyway, from the time that they're formed in the blossom, here's one, to this size is only about a day. Tomorrow that will be about this size. So they have to be picked every other day, and they're very small, so that it takes a lot to make a pound. So they're very expensive to grow.
Well, they're good.
Yeah.
You don't need very many to enjoy the taste.
No, we've probably picked about 4 pounds already from this 20 or 30 feet of row.
I guess it's too late to plant them now if you don't have them.
It would be too late, yes, but along in mid-August, from the 15th of August to the 1st of September, you can start seed for a fall crop, and they grow very well here in the fall.
Yes. Roland, other than the tomato blight, is there spraying for that? Is there anything else that we should be doing to protect against any possibility of more rain?
Well, in the garden here, most everything that we have will be growing and not be harmed by additional rain. One thing that will happen if the weather stays cloudy for another few days, we'll have more activity by the cabbage worms and the cabbage looper. So it would pay to apply another spray of the dipel or thuricide if you see any activity of the cabbage worms, because they grow very rapidly during the cool, cloudy weather, more so than when it's hot. But other than that, the tomato blight, the beans are very healthy, and as long as one precaution would be during wet weather or when the foliage is wet, don't walk through snap beans, because they're susceptible to a bacterial blight, and you can carry it in and injure the plants if you walk and break the brittle plants. The plants, all of the plants are more brittle when the weather is cloudy and cool than they are when it's warm and sunny. So that would be the only other precaution. Don't walk in the garden when it's wet.